Let's go, let's go, let's go. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you. Hold on. Okay. Teresa, welcome. Amazing family, welcome. I like that name. Vibeflix, welcome, welcome. Welcome, TikTok. Welcome to everybody on YouTube that's coming on. Listen, if y'all are jumping on TikTok, yeah, of course, tap, tap, tap as you're jumping on. I appreciate those quick likes, right? I appreciate it. Real talk, Raul. I hope I didn't mess your name up. But tap the screen as you all are coming on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, y'all can be doing anything on a Friday evening, Friday late afternoon. Y'all can be doing anything, but y'all are jumping on here. So I appreciate y'all because guess what? It's time to learn, right? That's what we're hearing. I'm ready to learn. Are you ready to learn? You ready, YouTube? You ready, TikTok? Y'all ready to learn? Okay. So listen, let's get ready to get into it. Before we do that, I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit. Before we do that, listen, y'all, I'm doing a crypto masterclass. We're going to talk about a few things. There are three main things that we're going to talk about tonight. One of them is Bitcoin, of course, because everybody has heard of Bitcoin at least once in their lifetime. If you're an adult, you may not understand it. You may not be aware of like how crypto works and all that. Y'all, we're not worried about that right now. I just want to make sure that you have an understanding of what is available out there to you and for you to do your best to take advantage of it, because there are people with big money that have been taking advantage of it for a very long time, and it was telling us, the common people, the average individual that's working a 9 to 5, that's going out here grinding, getting it every day to keep a roof over their head and keep food in their refrigerator, right? They're out here telling us that we shouldn't be doing it. It's only for people who are trafficking and drug dealers and all of this stuff. They were preaching all of these things. Meanwhile, they were buying up Bitcoin. They were buying up Ethereum. They were all into XRP while they were telling us all this nonsense. So y'all want to make sure every single person that is connected to me in any way, shape, or form is aware of what is available to you on this Friday. So let's get into it. Before we do that, hold on one second, y'all. Before we get into it, I appreciate y'all. Come on, keep coming in, keep tapping the screen, tap, tap, tap as you come on. I appreciate you, Big Surge, Apple user. I see you, user 73, whole bunch of numbers. I see you, Kimberly, Big T. What's going on? Cobster, William, the real T. Okay. Vild, Adorman. Y'all have some very unique names here on TikTok. I gotta tell you, Danny, Ty Cooper, big truck driver, love to laugh and learn. Let's go. I love that name. Cherie Thomas, Apple user again. I see you. Look, y'all, come on. Keep coming in and tap the screen. We're going to get into it. But look, I want to make sure everyone is aware that investing in any market, but definitely in the cryptocurrency market, there is a high risk. Crypto is more riskier because it's more volatile. The prices can fluctuate in the blink of an eye, at the snap of a finger. So this is the reason why I want to make sure everyone is aware of what you're getting yourself into should you decide that you want to get into this market. Number two, y'all, I am not a financial advisor, okay? I don't claim to be. I never have been. I don't plan on being one. I'm a student, just like most of you. The only difference is I've probably been investing a little bit longer than you, right? And I probably made a little bit more money than you. That does not mean that you cannot surpass me, because you absolutely can, because you may have more resources than I had when I first started out. Okay, so please don't sit here and second guess your ability just because you may just learn about these things today. Okay, so keep on coming in. TikTok, tap, 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 tap the screen. Okay, keep tapping the screen to let people know we are live. We are going in. Okay, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I've done it before. I have closed the stream down when I was not getting any taps. So I'm letting y'all know now, once I finish with the formalities and all that housekeeping and stuff, if y'all are not tapping the screen here on TikTok, I will shut it down. I love you, but this information can make you money, okay? And if I'm going to make you money for free, then the least that you could do is tap the screen. I didn't ask for y'all to give me any gifts. I didn't ask for you to send me anything via Cash App. None of that. I'm giving away free information that can make you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, depending on where you are financially and how you utilize the information that you are given on today. Okay, so tap the screen, TikTok. All right, I'm just saying, once I finish with the housekeeping stuff, And doing introductions, if y'all are not tapping the screen, I'm shutting it down. I love you, but I'm gonna shut it down, okay? So I got that out the way. YouTube, y'all do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you have not done it yet, and also that notification bell so that way you know when I am going live. All right, and also share on YouTube, share on TikTok. I really appreciate it because this is one of those things. If you know someone is curious about the cryptocurrency market, they're new to the cryptocurrency market and they have no clue what they're doing. They just put a few dollars in, you know, whatever that few may be. They just put a few dollars in. Y'all, listen, you want to help them out, okay? Sharing is caring. I'm sharing with you guys, so let's do the same thing on your end. You share with someone, 1 or 2 people that are curious about crypto as well. All right, TikTok, y'all need to get this tapping the screen. Tap. Y'all don't tap. I shut the live down. I've done it before and I'll do it again. Okay, taps are free. All right, so who am I? For those of you that are new to me, if you're new to this TikTok, if you're new to this YouTube channel, my name is Leona Clark. I currently reside in the great state of Louisiana. I am not from Louisiana though, okay? I am not from Louisiana. I am here because my husband is an amazing person and he's from Louisiana and we decided to make Louisiana home. All right. So yeah. So I am a mom, I am a wife, I am a retired Army veteran, I am an entrepreneur, and I am also a full-time day trader and investor, okay? I invest in multiple markets, but today what I'm talking to you all about is cryptocurrency because I have been riding with cryptocurrency for the past 5 years, for sure. But a little bit longer because I was introduced to it back in 2017. I just didn't know what I was doing, y'all. Just real talk. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't understand, and I was just learning. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until 2020 when I started really learning about cryptocurrency. So yeah, that's gonna lead me to my story. So if you want to get a little bit more familiar with me, let's get to it. So that way, before I end up shutting this TikTok down, because y'all still not liking the screen. Tap, y'all. While you coming on, just tap, tap a couple of times, okay? But yeah, so a little bit about me. I'm originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Well, that's where I was raised, right? I was raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee, class of 2000. Hey, walking into the new millennium. So yeah, it's 25 years now since I graduated. And what? I am proud to be a more mature, millennial. Okay. So yeah, class of 2000, I left home at the age of 17 and I joined the Army. I did not do reserves. I didn't do National Guard. Yeah, I went full out active duty. I left my home in Chattanooga and my first duty station was Germany. They were like, listen, since you no longer want to go airborne, right, and you could get stationed in North Carolina, we're going to send you outside the country as your first duty station. Y'all was terrified. Do you hear me? Because I've been out of the state, but I had never been out of the country, and I didn't know anybody, right? So anyway, fast forward to that, I did have a lot of great experiences. I met a lot of people. I started learning a lot of things. But one of the things that I figured out in 2018, I was like, you know what? The Army has done what it's supposed to do for me, and I'm tired. I am done. I'm ready to hang up, my uniform and take these boots off. And so at that time, this was like 2018, and I had one more duty station left. So I had to move from where I was in Georgia at the time to New York, and that was horrible. But nonetheless, okay, while in New York, that is when I started to really learn about the cryptocurrency market because I paid for education to be able to learn some of the stuff that I'm teaching you guys today. Okay. And that was pretty much 3 years after my initial exposure to crypto when I was trading or attempting to trade it. Let me say that instead, that might be more realistic, right? I was attempting to trade cryptocurrency, but I had no idea what I was doing. So 3 years after that, though, is when I really started to dive into learning about investing in the cryptocurrency market. And that's in 2020, right? So at that time, that's when I dropped my retirement packet because I said, I am done with the Army. I'm ready to just live my life and just do what I want to do on my own terms because I'm grown. That's how I felt, right? Anybody else feel like that? Like right now, you're just like, I'm grown and I'm tired of people telling me what to do. And I just want to like just take back control of my life. I want to take back control. If you feel like that, TikTok, y'all can tap the screen, tap, 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 right? And then if you feel like that on YouTube, give a thumbs up, give some hearts, whatever. But seriously, like there comes a time where you just like, man, I'm over it. So in 2020 is when I started investing in crypto. But the first thing I purchased was Bitcoin. That was the very first thing that I purchased, right? And so because I purchased Bitcoin, let me see. Because I purchased Bitcoin, right? I don't know why this isn't working. That's weird. But the first thing that I purchased was Bitcoin. And at the time, Bitcoin was like almost $8,000, right? And then I also started purchasing Ethereum in 2020. And at the time, Ethereum was, for me, when I purchased it, it was $644. So we're talking about almost $700 at the time. So remember, this is 2000 when I first started buying. Today, Bitcoin is at like 83,000. It's just like fluctuating, right? So think about this. I didn't know much, but what I did know is Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, and it's been around since 2009 at that time. Yeah, I'm going to buy it. Like, I just went off of that. Now, granted, it wasn't like I dropped $10,000 on it or something. No, I only started, I think I bought like $100 or $200, whatever it was, just to start. And then as I started learning more, I was like, okay, so now I'm going to start doing something I'm going to share with y'all in a minute, right? Called dollar cost averaging. That's what I started doing because I was like, this makes sense, or it's starting to make more sense to me. So at that point in 2020, when I started investing in crypto, I had already dropped my retirement package so I could be done with the Army, right? I know I experienced a whole lot of stuff in the Army, but I eventually retired in 2021. And since 2021, April 2021, I have been doing what I'm talking to you guys about full time. I've been investing full time. I've been trading full time. That is what I do. I do not work a job. God bless those who still do. Do what you got to do until you get to where you want to be. Okay. But for me, that was it. That was the last time I said that I was going to work for anyone else and have them tell me what to do with my life. And getting into this market has helped me to figure out like where I fit and how I want to move, right? So if you're like, you know what, I want to be able to get to that point, not necessarily saying quit your job, because some people really, really love their job. They love what they do. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But I wasn't that person. I didn't like it anymore. So I was like, I'm done. So if you love what you do, though, maybe you just want to have additional income, or you want to increase and expand your portfolio. Well, learning about cryptocurrency can help you do that. So TikTok, keep tapping the screen, tap, tap, tap. As you all are on here, I see y'all are here. Tap the screen, because I'm going to talk to you guys about something that I have heard a long time ago. Some of you may have heard of this. Some of you have seen this crypto masterclass before. There's a little bit of difference, but I want to touch on this. There's a 40-40-40 rule. How many of you have heard of the 40-40-40 rule? Because I'm going to start talking about crypto and how that lines comes into that. But if you've heard of the 40-40-40 rule, put a 40 in the comments. Put a 40 in the comments if you have heard of the 40-40-40 rule. Now, if you haven't, it's okay, because I didn't. I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't hear of it like that, right? So, some people will say, oh, yeah, what you've been able to accomplish, like you're successful and so on and so forth for retiring at 38. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, but I need you all to think about something. Just because you retire at 38 does not mean that you are financially set up, like you're not financially independent, because there are some people who retire and they don't have enough money to last them for the rest of their life. But this is where investing comes in, right? So with this 40-40 rule, though, let me just break this down. Some of us that were born, I'm going to say in the 1900s. That sounds so old, right? Some of us that were born, most of us that were born in the 1900s, and then there are some that were born, let's say in the early 2000s, right? Not 2010s, but definitely 2000s. If you were born in the 2000s and the 1900s, right? more than likely you were taught to go to school. So you need to go to college. You need to get you a really good job, child. Okay. We need to make sure that you're getting paid. They're giving you your health benefits, all of this stuff, right? And then you're going to work your 40 hours every single week. If you get some overtime, baby, get you some overtime, right? Okay. And then you're going to work for at least 40 years. Why do we want to work for at least 40 years? So that way we can retire. Well, guess what? When you retire, there are some, not all, but there are some that you only get to retire and live off of 40% of your previous income. Now, here's my thing. People are barely making it today with 100% of their income. And that's one income. Why would we think that people can live off of 40%? I never understood that. If y'all feel like that's a problem, if you see a problem with this, right? Like I do, like the math ain't mathing, y'all. It's really not. The math is not mathing. So if you feel like, you know what, yeah, Leona, math ain't mathing, I need you to go ahead and let me know, like, yeah, Leona, that ain't it. This is not it. I agree. This is a problem. Even type problem in the chat. Like, seriously, why do we think that it's okay to sit here and tell people to do all of this stuff and you're going to live this long life, but then you don't tell them that you should be investing at the same time, and not just your 401k, but doing your own investments, right? So this is why we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency, because this is one of the many ways that we can have a solution and put our hard-earned money to work. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. TikTok, I love y'all. I'm going to say this before I finish, before I continue. As a matter of fact, before I continue with you guys, I need y'all to tap. We should be at 1,000 likes right now. Normally, as long as I've been on, I'm already at 1,000 likes. So I ain't going to lie, y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to win. Hence why I'm doing this for free. But if you ain't going to like the screen, like, dog, I'm going to shut it down. I ain't gonna lie. I could be spending time with my family right now, and I'm sitting here taking time out of my day away from my family to come on here and give y'all free information. And then we have the audacity as people to complain and say that people don't want to give us anything for free and everybody charging for everything. This is why people charge for everything, because folks don't value free. The least we can do, y'all, when I get on people live, I tap. Even if I come on for like not even a minute, if I come on, if I like what I hear, just for a moment, I tap away. I get them like 300 taps real fast. You know what I'm saying? And I know I ain't going to stay on the live the rest of the time, but then I exit. I see you, Leanna. I see you. Dog, it just went away, but it was some more people. So I see y'all. Keep tapping. Y'all, I'm going to shut it down if we don't get to 1,000. Not even lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this all the time, and I love giving away for free. But I'm not going to give away for free and then nobody taps the screen. Like, y'all know why we ask people to tap the screen? Sorry, YouTube, but give me a second. Y'all know why we ask people to tap the screen on TikTok? I'm pretty sure y'all know. If you have people tapping the screen, that's telling the algorithm that people are on your live and they're what? Engaged. So what they're going to do is send out your live to other people. And so this live can reach more people to help more people. So if you're not going to share the live stream, which I've asked everyone to do, I'm not going to beg anybody to share. But if you don't share, at least tap, because now TikTok is going to automatically send out my live stream to other people. And those people can choose to either listen in or say, you know what? This isn't for me because I don't want to talk about crypto. And that's perfectly fine. Okay. So I appreciate all of y'all that are tapping. Thank you. I see you. Melody, stay focused. I love the name. Let's go. That's what's up. I see you, Steven. I see you, hide and seek. Oh, that is a unique way to do it. I love that. I see you, Dean back. What's going on, y'all? All right. Keep tapping the screen. Keep tapping. And of course, share as well. Melody says, I'm sharing. I believe in what goes around comes around. You reap what you sell. So I'm going to sow. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have to follow somebody. I'm not asking you guys, follow me right now. Like, I'm not doing that. All I'm asking you to do is just tap the screen. And then if you really like my energy, if you like what I'm talking about, then, naturally you're going to probably follow. If you're like, she's not my cup of tea, it's all good. You go on to somebody else. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So keep tapping the screen, y'all. Let's get to 1,000 and then we'll continue to move forward. Melly said, I did a live on Tuesday, and for the second time, I had about 5 people show up, but 5 was better. Listen, it don't matter the number. As long as, people are there and they're engaged and somebody gets something from what you shared, that's what matters. You are absolutely right. Better than none. That is absolutely right. So yeah, keep tapping the screen, y'all. We almost there. We almost at 1,000, y'all. Let's get to 1,000, and then I can continue on with this because I really want to be able to share my screen with y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about when it comes to the price point that I'm looking at for bulk purchasing of Bitcoin. Okay. Again, because I'm not stingy with information, I want to make sure folks are good. All right. So let's keep going. Keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping. We almost at 1,000. Let's get it. Good job, y'all. Bam. And I'm pretty sure that was Leanna and Melody that did that. So y'all, shout out to y'all. I'm about to give y'all a follow real quick. Just because, you know what I'm saying? I see that y'all really liking and everything. Y'all supporting. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Your name just went away. There you go. All right, bam. Good job. Y'all just got to follow. Boom. Okay, so let's keep this thing going. All right, let's keep this thing going. So I was talking about what's the possible solution to that whole 40-40-40 rule, right? So I talked about cryptocurrency. Now, again, y'all, crypto is not the end-all be-all. It's not. It's not the end-all be-all. Thank you so very much for the rose. I appreciate it. It's not the end-all be-all, but I will say this is one of the many ways for us to multiply our money. Everybody wants to see their money grow, right? I don't know anybody that wants to have their money sitting anywhere and it's not growing. Like they're not making more from it sitting in an account, right? So one of the things I want to share with you guys is benefits. What are some of the benefits that I see as it pertains to investing in the cryptocurrency market? So I'm going to give y'all 3 things real fast, okay? Now, again, this isn't all of them, but I do want to give y'all at least 3. So number one of the benefits of investing in the cryptocurrency market for me is high growth potential. What do you mean by that, Leona? What I mean is when it comes to the cryptocurrency market, YouTube, TikTok, right? When it comes to the cryptocurrency market, more so like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP for sure. Like these 3, they've really shown a significant price appreciation. Like you could see the growth. I'll give y'all an example again. So I just shared with you guys that I started buying Ethereum when it was $644, right? Back in 2020. Well, Ethereum today is roughly hold on. Oh man, I was about to say 3. It's at $1,800. It's almost $2,000, right? Now, for a person that's like, oh, that's it. Let me tell you something. If you're that person that's thinking, oh, that's it. It was six something in 2000, and now it's almost $2,000. Question for you: if you invest in the stock market, how much does the prices of your shares? How much do they grow in a year? How much have they grown in the past 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? How much have they grown? Now, there are some companies that have been exceptional, like NVIDIA. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a unicorn. All right, I ain't gonna lie. NVIDIA is like a unicorn. Like to go from $6-7 to over $1,000, yeah, mind blowing. However, not all stocks are created equal, and it's the same thing within the cryptocurrency market. But you have more crypto projects that are multiplying at a bare minimum 10 to 20% every single year. Now, you may have 1 year where the number is a bit lower and it may be negative, but that's not every single year. That's probably once every 3 years that the number is going to be negative as far as your profit, right? So I'd rather bet on those odds where it's once every 3 years that it might be down. But if I've been buying at a very low price for so long, I probably would never, ever see a negative portfolio in the crypto market. Does that make sense? So yes, number 1 is high growth potential for me. That's one of the benefits. Number 2, ownership and control. Ownership and control. What do I mean by that? As an individual, sometimes, especially when you've been working, you've been an employee for a long time, you've been doing what other people want you to do, You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's probably some of your own stuff, internal stuff that you're working on. You feel like you've lost a little bit of control over your life. Well, I'm telling y'all from personal experience, because that was me. I'm telling y'all from personal experience. When I started investing in the cryptocurrency market, I felt like, man, I finally am getting some control over my life. Deciding to retire, getting into the market and seeing what I invested in that short amount of time grow the way that it did, y'all, I was like, yes. And I control how I move it, how it's invested, not the banks. So think about it. You put your money into a bank, right? If you put your money into a bank, what do they do with our money in the bank? The banks take our money and loan it out to other people. They take our money and they invest it into other things. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? The banks don't just let your money sit there. No, baby, they take your money. They take my money. They take our money and they deploy it. This is why they're able to give you those pennies that they give you at the end of the year for keeping money in your account. You know what I'm saying? So why in the world would I not do that? Cryptocurrency allows me to do that. I decide how I want my assets to be utilized. I decide if I want to stake them and earn interest, meaning if I stake some Ethereum, that means as long as I'm holding it here and they're able to utilize it, then I'm going to earn more Ethereum. I can choose to do that. It's not someone doing it for me. That's my decision to do or not do, right? So ownership and control, that's the second thing for me. That's the second benefit getting into the cryptocurrency market, right? Number 3, I just kind of talked about it, but the third thing is there is potential for passive income. Now, we all normally would hear about passive income as it relates to real estate, right? So, yeah, you're going to purchase this home, you're going to clean it up and everything, and then you're going to rent it out. So that way people are paying you every single month, right? They're paying your mortgage plus you're pocketing some. At least you should, right? That's passive income. Most of us have heard of that, and we only think about real estate. But guess what? We can do that in a cryptocurrency market. So just like in the stock market where you get dividends, right? And that's passive income, no matter how small it is, it's still passive income because all you did was purchase some shares in a company and they decided, hey, because you're a shareholder, we're going to give you some of our returns back every single quarter or every year or every month, depending on what you're investing in. You can do the same thing in the cryptocurrency market, but here's the deal. It's by choice. You can choose to stake, meaning I earn more of whatever cryptocurrency I want to stake. You can do something called airdrops. So this is where, because you have so many, let's say XRP, because you have so many XRP, and then you use their ledger, and now you have all of these XRP on here. Now they're saying, hey, look, because you are an XRP holder, you're using our ledger, you have X amount. Now we're going to give you Flare for free. We're going to give you Solo for free. We're going to give you all of these things for free. And y'all, those other digital assets in the crypto market, they add up to money, dollars, euro, yen, pounds, whatever your country's currency is, right? That stuff adds up over time. You can also do something called yield farming. You can do lending. All of these things are available in a cryptocurrency market. The only thing is you just need to know what you want to do and then how to go about doing it to earn the passive income. So those are the 3 benefits that I'm going to give y'all right now that I see as a reason for us to consider investing in a cryptocurrency market. Again, you may be like, it's too rich for my blood. Like, it's too risky for me. I got it. I totally understand. But don't let the information just go and you don't at least do a deep dive to see for real if this is something you want to do, or say, you know what, nah, I really don't like the idea of it. I'm going to stick to these avenues. You're perfectly fine. Okay. So before we move on, what has it done for me? So for me personally, okay, I've been fortunate enough to pay off some of my debt with some of the profit that I've earned in the cryptocurrency market. Okay, I did a massive debt payoff from 2022 to 2023, right? And so going into 2025 is when me and my husband were able to have our cars, trucks paid off, house done, all of that stuff, right? So these are some of the things for me that I'm like, I hold that of value. If this thing can help me pay off debt, then why would I not do it, right? I see you. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you for joining, right? I also use the profit from investing in the cryptocurrency market to invest in other assets like the stock market. I've even bought gold and silver with it. Why would you do that? Because I want to have a diverse financial portfolio. As much as I am gung-ho when it comes to cryptocurrency, I'm not stupid either. There are people who are making billions of dollars every single year. We're talking millions of dollars on a daily basis that they're making, and they are diversified in their financial portfolio. They may be heavier in one thing than they are something else, but still, nonetheless, they are constantly investing in different things. They invest in businesses. They invest in real estate. They invest in the stock market. They invest in precious metals as well. They invest in commodities like oil. Come on, y'all. Like, we're not going to just sit here and be one-trick ponies. At least I will hope you don't want to be a one-trick pony. Can you invest more in the cryptocurrency market than you do other things? Yeah, if you feel that passionate about it, by all means do so. But I just don't want to be that person that's sitting here like, man, all I did was just invest in the stock market and I just let the cryptocurrency market run up like crazy and I didn't buy nothing. Think about it. When 20 years passes by, and we're sitting here at 2045, and your grandbabies are coming up to you, granddad, grandma, mama, papa, whatever they're gonna call you, grand, I don't know, whatever they're gonna call you. Well, what did you do when crypto took off? Do you want your answer to be, baby, can't you tell? Grandma bought up the block. Right? That's why we're living the way we're living, because granddad bought up the block. Or do you want to be that person say, yeah, I just thought it was one of them things that was just going to pass. It was going to be a fad. I didn't think it was going to last long. Do you want to be that person? Which one do you want to be? You got to pick which one you want to be. Okay. So that's another thing that is done for me. It's helped me to invest in other things so that way I have a diverse financial portfolio. And then lastly, I've been able to create crypto portfolios for all of our kids. So not just our 2 daughters, but also our 2 goddaughters. So 4 kids, one is an adult, but 4 kids, right? We've been able to create portfolios for them. So that way, when we pass, they all have their own portfolio, plus they'll be able to split up according to our trust. They'll be able to split up what we have as individuals. Myself and my husband, both of us invest in crypto, right? So he's heavier on some things in the cryptocurrency market than I am. And I'm heavier or more gung-ho about certain things than he is. But that's just what it is, right? So that's what I've been able to do with it so far for the past, I started in 2020. So for the past 5 years, those are the things that I've been able to do. And what I really hope is that all of you all that are tuning in right now or watching the replay, YouTube, right? If you're watching the replay, what I really hope is that you're able to take this information and do way more than what I've been able to do for the past 5 years. Like, I want y'all to be able to do it faster, stronger, better, because y'all know way more than what I knew at that time, right? That is the goal, y'all. That's the reason why I'm sitting here giving y'all information for free. I appreciate the gift. Thank you so very much. That's the reason why I give away so much information for free, because there were people that gave me information, but there were also people that I had to pay to get information from. And I was fine with paying for it, because I'm like, I want to sit here and be sitting back like, hey, I got a 7-figure crypto portfolio too. Hello? I want 7 figures too. I want to be a Bitcoin millionaire. I want to be a Ethereum millionaire, because I'm an Ethereum girl, right? I want to have all that stuff too. Why does it have to just be, our white counterparts? No, it could be us too. So that's the reason why I said share this stuff for free, okay? So what is crypto? For my people who are not familiar with cryptocurrency, I'm going to just give it to y'all plain. It is a digital currency. Okay. So instead of paper money, okay, instead of paper dollars, instead of paper euros, instead of paper pounds, whatever, right? Instead of paper holding in your hand, it is a digital currency that you can actually use to buy goods and services. I bought a beautiful portrait. I wish if I was in our bigger house, right, I would be able to show y'all the picture, but I was so happy when I was able to buy this. I bought it from a young artist in Africa. I forgot which country he was in. Don't give me the line, y'all. I don't even want to do that. So, but anyway, when I say like his stuff was like brilliant, and I was like, yo, like how much is that? You know what I'm saying? I can't remember how much I paid for, but y'all know how I bought it? I bought it with Bitcoin. I sure did. I bought it with Bitcoin. This is back in like, I had Laura in 2020. So I had to bought it in 2020 or 2021. It was either 2020 or 2021. But that's how I bought it. Because he's all the way in a totally different country. And that was one way, instead of going through the whole, wire transfer, and then you got to pay. Y'all know back then you had to pay all these ridiculously high fees to be able to send money to somebody else outside of the United States. Guess what happened? I was able to send the Bitcoin immediately, and the fee was super cheap. And guess what I got in the next week and a half or so? My picture that I wanted so bad, and I hung that joker up quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. So with crypto, you're able to make those purchases. You also can charge people, and they can pay you in Bitcoin. They can pay you rent in Bitcoin if that's an option for you as a landlord, right? Your products that you have, you can offer for people to pay in Bitcoin, in Ethereum. You can offer for people to pay for your services. If you're a service provider as an entrepreneur, you can offer people to pay for your services in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Y'all, there are companies now that are allowing you to purchase cars in crypto. They're allowing you to pay for your phone bills in crypto, pay for college tuition in crypto. You can donate to different charities now in crypto. So for the person that's sitting here saying this thing is a fad and this thing is not going to last, you sound like the person, honestly, you sound like the person that said the internet wasn't going to go anywhere. What happened to that? What happened to that? Those people that are our elders that were sitting here saying, yeah, whatever, that thing isn't going to last long. And where are we now? You can't do anything without the internet today. Real talk. We are super dependent upon the internet. Am I lying? Am I lying? I know I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for the follows. Like, come on now. So again, I'm not telling you that you're wrong if you don't invest in the cryptocurrency market. All I'm saying is, y'all, we have to make sure that we're leaving our options open and we're researching these things. Okay. And then we make an informed decision on whether we want to move forward or not, or if we want to move forward, how are we going to move forward? Because we're doing our own research. Okay. So cryptocurrency is just simply that. It's a digital currency that eventually you can transfer it into your country's currency. Because when I made that profit from investing in crypto, and I told y'all I was able to pay debt off and I was able to buy other assets and whatnot, all I did was exchange my crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those were the main two, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I exchanged those for US dollars, and those US dollars from Coinbase and also from Cash App was deposited into my bank account. Everybody got it. So this is how you make money with it. And you're able to pay off debt. You're able to put money towards college tuition, all of those things. Okay. So listen, y'all, and for the person that's still like, yeah, I hear you, but think about this. There are a lot of companies, there are a lot of celebrities that have been investing in cryptocurrency far longer than some of you may know. Bank of America has been investing in cryptocurrency, all the while putting out articles telling people to not invest in it. And as a matter of fact, I remember I told this to people multiple times. I remember one time I went into a Bank of America because I was doing something with my business account or whatever. And so the young lady that I was talking to at the time that was helping me, she was like, yeah, we started talking about crypto. And she was like, yeah, you know that they're over here closing people's account because they're putting too much money into the cryptocurrency market. I was like, wait, how can you do that? Now, this was back in 2021. Yeah, this was 2021. Bank of America was closing people's accounts. Like what? And they was out here telling people via articles not to invest in it. Meanwhile, they were investing in Ethereum. Interesting, huh? But all that time, they were telling people not to do it. They were telling their customers not to do it and closing people's accounts. On top of it, JP Morgan, same. JP Morgan was on all kind of BS and nonsense, telling people not to invest in the cryptocurrency market. They even went so far as to create a coin. Quit playing with me. Y'all, we got to watch what people do and not just listen to what they say. Seriously. These people with big money, these companies, all of that, we got to watch what they do and not just listen to what they say. Okay? Tesla, Elon, sat here talking all that stuff about Bitcoin and the energy. It's too. But yet he was still buying Bitcoin. Make it make sense, sir. You're saying that it's taking up too much energy and it's not good for the environment, but yet you still were buying it. I don't get it. You're telling people not to do it, but then you're doing it. Bro, what are you doing? Okay, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. Oprah Winfrey has been investing for a very long time. I learned that back in 2020, 2021. She was already investing. Serena Williams and her husband, Mark Cuban, and of course, the Donald. And there are a lot of other people, y'all. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, y'all, there are people that have been investing in this market for a very long time. There are companies that have been investing in this market for a very long time. And y'all, we just have to make sure that we are not the last to get in. I know me in particular, myself, I've been talking about cryptocurrency for the past 4 years. Every single chance I get. I've been teaching about cryptocurrency every single chance I get because of what I saw happen for me in 2020 going into 2021. I was like, yo, I cannot keep this to myself. But that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a natural sharer. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I'm a natural sharer. So if something is working for me, I'm going to be quick to be like, hey, yo, hey, come on. Let's get it. Look what happened. Look what I was able to do. Hey, dog, you need to get on this. Like, that's how we should be, I would imagine. But I mean, if you're not that person, then I get it. You won't share this live. I get it. You know, you won't tap the screen because you're not that type of person. You're not a sharer. You don't want other people to win. You just only want yourself to win. I get it. If you don't want to, comment and everything, I understand. Well, I don't understand because that's not me. Right? He said, every time they say don't do it, do it. Hello. Listen, something I have learned in the past, definitely, like, I see it more so in the past 2 years, but I've learned over the past 5 years, like, whatever the masses are doing, you don't want to do. I'm so serious. Like, and I'm talking about when it comes to making a change or a difference in your life as an individual. Whatever the masses are doing, you might want to do the opposite. Here's why. Because 3% of the population is sitting here winning big. Meanwhile, the 97% are scratching and scrounging and attempting. And then there's that, in that 97%, we have a very large percentage that won't get anywhere because they're not willing to do the work. You know what I'm saying? There are some of us that haven't reached that 3% yet, but we're still doing what we need to do to get to that 3%, right? And then there's some within that 97% that's just like, dog, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to keep a brother down. They're just trying to keep a sister in a box. No, they're not. You're just not willing to do the work. You're not willing to study. You're not willing to fail because you're going to fail, right? You're not going to be successful on the first time of every single thing that you do. That's unrealistic. You're going to fail. Failure and success go hand in hand. You cannot have success without some form of failure. Okay? And as much as you fail at some point, there we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I told you I'll be having a little the timer on my phone to keep me from scrolling on social media for too long. So it's set for like 2 hours. So that's all I can get on social media. But yeah, so that's it. Like, we just have to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Say closed minds don't get fed. That's right. My grandma used to always say that as a kid, closed mouth don't get fed. And I'm like, I didn't understand as a kid, but as I started to get older, I was like, oh Lord, I get it now. You don't ask questions, you're not going to get an answer. You don't read a book, you're not going to learn something that someone else doesn't know because they don't read books. All the answers that we're looking for, more than likely, are in books. We just have to read them. They're in people that are willing to share it. We just have to connect with them and be willing to listen to them and be willing to do the research on top of what they've given us and do the work. Do the work. So why should you invest in cryptocurrency? And then we're going to start talking about Bitcoin. So why should you start investing in cryptocurrency? Number one, it's the fastest growing market, y'all. Right now, Bitcoin ranks number 9. It did drop down a bit because Bitcoin price is dropping, okay? So it went from 7 to 9, but it's still in the top 10. I mean, come on now. This asset class has only been around since 2009. 16 years, y'all, and it's still in the top 10 of all assets. Come on now. They have a market cap. Bitcoin has a market cap of 1.66 trillion. Not million, not billion, but trillion. Gold, y'all, is at 20 trillion. Gold is God's money. It's been around forever. Bitcoin has only been here since 2009. And it's at 1.66 trillion. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay. Number two, the reason why we should invest in cryptocurrencies is because certain cryptocurrencies have a limited supply. Remember, scarcity of something, limited edition of something calls for what? Higher pricing. Right? There's going to be a greater demand for that thing because everybody's like, I need to get a piece of it before it's what? Gone. Y'all, there's only 21 million Bitcoin to ever be created. After that, that is it. So now, right now, we have 19.8 million being circulated as of today. So that means stop playing around. If you know you want to invest in Bitcoin, do it today. All right. Number three, potential tax advantages. Now, I don't know if he's going to follow through on this because he's been doing a whole lot of stuff. I did see something just came up earlier today about taxes from the president, but I didn't get to read it. I will read it this week, this weekend, I should say, because I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But certain coins, which is what he said, certain coins like ADA, which is Cardano, Algo, which is Algorand, HBAR, which is Hedera, and XRP, okay, may qualify for 0% capital gains tax. That's only if what he proposed, he actually follows through on in that tax plan, and of course, it's approved, okay? And then number four, y'all, is versatile earning opportunities. I told you guys there's an opportunity for you to be able to earn passive income, but you also, okay, if you're like, I don't want to hold something like Bitcoin, like me personally, I don't want to hold it because I know I'll lose, those seed phrases, recovery phrases, whatever. Like I'm not responsible like that. If you know you're not responsible like that, well, guess what? You can invest in ETFs, which are exchange traded funds in the stock market. Okay. So if you're already investing in like QQQ and all of these other things, SPY and stuff like that, guess what? You can do the same thing within the crypto space. Okay. But in the stock market. So you have a lot of Bitcoin ETFs. You have Ethereum ETFs that are out. Fidelity right now is working on getting approved for a Solana ETF. So I'm just saying there's other ways that you can get into the cryptocurrency market and do it in the manner that you're comfortable with. All right. And then also you can invest in other stocks like MicroStrategy. Okay. You can invest in Coinbase. I talked about all of this stuff here on TikTok during the Crypto 101 on Tuesday. I gave y'all like 5, 6, 7, I don't remember how many it was, stocks in companies in the stock market that you can actually look at investing in because they're doing things in the cryptocurrency market, right? If this is making sense, y'all, go ahead, TikTok, keep tapping the screen, tap, 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 right? And also share on TikTok and share on YouTube. I appreciate every single person that's been tapping the screen and that has been sharing. Oh, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, so keep tapping the screen, TikTok, keep tapping. All right, so those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you guys and reasons why we should consider investing in the cryptocurrency market. So I'm going to move this over here, y'all, so y'all can see, because I want to share my screen. Let me make this a bit bigger so you guys can see. Bam. Turn this around. Here we go. So this is what I want to talk to y'all about. So we're going to get into Bitcoin here in a second, like showing you guys where I see price going, but I want to just give y'all a bit of history, okay? So when it comes to Bitcoin, this is the history from 2016 to 2024, all right? So 2016, you can see the prices here for those of you on, for those of you on, oh man, hold on one second, y'all. That was an accident. I had a touch screen, so I didn't mean to touch the screen, but but yeah, so 2016, this is the open price, close price. See that? But I want y'all to look at the percentage gain or loss for that year. 2016, 122%. 2017, 1,341%. 2018, down 73%. Okay, so this is after the bull run, and then this is the bear market that happened. 2019, 94% gain. 2020, 303% gain. Now, question for y'all, as you're looking at these numbers, right? Do the assets that you hold right now give you these type of returns in 1 year? That's the question. And then 2024 closed out at 114.6% profit gains. Y'all see that? Like, seriously, we got to make sure we're staying on point. So let's do this. Let's talk about where's Bitcoin right now. Then I'm going to show y'all the chart. So where's Bitcoin right now? And then where's our next buying opportunity? So the numbers that I'm going to share with you guys is as of 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time today, okay? Bitcoin was at $83,910. Got it? And then on top of that, it is also down 23.5% from its all-time high January of this year. Okay, that was Inauguration Day. And again, that's as of 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time today. And this is what I want you guys to pay attention to. This right here, TikTok, if y'all can see it. Okay, where my finger is pointing, and then for those of you on YouTube, where this cursor is at. Previous chart history shows that Bitcoin prices dropped between 70 to 80% from its previous all-time high. Leona, how did you get that? I'm going to show y'all the chart so that way you can see how I got it. Well, I can't show you because it'll take longer, but I can show you where that price point is at, okay? So I want you guys to see this over here, okay? This is old. This photo is from November of 2020. At that time, Bitcoin had broke $17,000 in 2020. The last time it was there, prior to that in 2020, it was there in January of 2018. Why am I showing y'all this? Because I need you guys to get used to the idea that cryptocurrency, this market, is going to fall. But guess what? It's going to bounce back. And what you want to do is buy when the prices are low, and then you sell. If you want to sell some, you sell when the prices are extremely high. Now, let me do this. 1 second, y'all. Let me turn the screen back around to me just for a moment, TikTok, okay? If this is helping you, if this is making sense so far, though, TikTok, I need you guys to go ahead and tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap away while I pull this stuff up, and then also share this live stream. I'm about to share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about as it pertains to Bitcoin, okay? So if this is making sense to you, if you're like, oh, yes, Leona, I'm loving it, then go ahead and tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap away, and also share. Share. Okay, so YouTube, you guys should be able to see it. TikTok, let me turn this around to y'all real quick. Okay, so I want you guys to see. Now, I know somebody's like, girl, what is all this stuff on the screen? I got you. I'm gonna break it down to you, okay? So let me make this a bit wider just for a second. Okay, so I have these white lines up here, okay? These white lines up here. This is telling us that there's all-time highs here. So this was an all-time high in 2024, and this is the all-time high in 2025, right? So this is how high price went for Bitcoin only. Bitcoin only. Now, remember I told y'all that Bitcoin has a tendency, according to chart history, this is considered a chart, according to chart history, to pull back. Prices tend to drop 70 to 80%, right? So if we know that, then that means we should, one, continue to just buy on the way down, but then we also need to figure out where in the world is the next bulk purchasing price. Everybody got it? So if you're like, well, I want to do like a couple of buys, like big buys here and there. Okay, cool. So if you want to do that, this area here is your next big buying area, if that's what you want to do. Again, we're going to talk about dollar cost averaging here in a second, but this is your next big buying area, okay? Now, I'm telling y'all, price tends to pull down 70 to 80%, right? It's only pulled down 23%. So if you buy in bulk here, don't be surprised when price does what? Drop down into this area. If this is making sense, let me know. Tap the screen, y'all, if it's making sense. Tap the screen if it's making sense on TikTok, and also share if this is making sense, okay? Share. Now, that means this is between 72,000 and 79,000. That's what we're looking at, right? Then your next one, again, we still are waiting. We know the pullback tends to be between 70 and 80%. So that's not 70 and 80% right here. This isn't 70 to 80%, but this is your next big buying area, and this is between 55,000 and 62,000. Now, I know somebody's like, oh, Bitcoin's not going to do that. Y'all must not have been studying this market for long. Y'all could not have been studying this market for long, okay? So, yes, 55 to 62,000. This is called a demand zone. So this is when Bitcoin could potentially be in high demand. So price may stay and hover in this area for a long time. Now, if history does indeed repeat like it has done the previous cycles, then guess what? Our 70% price drop is $32,000. Do y'all see that? Y'all see that on TikTok? Y'all see that on YouTube? 70%, and again, this is based on past Bitcoin cycles, okay? Bullish cycles, bearish cycles with Bitcoin. This is what we're looking at. Take a screenshot for those of you on TikTok, so that way you have your areas of interest as it pertains to buying Bitcoin. Now, again, y'all, we're going to talk about dollar cost averaging here in a second, but I want to make sure you guys got it. If y'all got it, let me know. But we're about to move on, okay? All right. So let's move. So I'm going to turn this back around to me. Hey, y'all. All right. So now that we got that out the way, everybody has their price points. Y'all know why we have these price points. And so we're going to move on with the next thing. Sorry, guys. I got to add this back on here. Okay. So the next thing I want to share with you all is something that I have always preached for a very long time. And that is what Warren Buffett says. And he says to be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. What does that mean in layman's terms, y'all? Buy the fear, sell the greed. Got it? Buy the fear, sell the greed. So you're going to buy when everyone is afraid of the market, when the market is in what? Extreme fear or fear. Let me show you guys this on TikTok. So when do I buy into the market? This is when you buy. When you see fear or extreme fear. When you see fear or extreme fear, you should be buying. I'm not telling y'all to buy in bulk. I'm saying continue to do what you know to do, which is dollar cost average, y'all. Okay? Last week, the fear meter was at 27. Last month, it was lower than that. So people are starting to get a bit more comfortable with buying back into the market because now that fear is starting to get a little less and assume it's going to be at fair. Okay, so I want you guys to see this here on TikTok. This is what we're looking at. Okay, this down here is extreme fear, right? And then this is fear, and then this light green is greed, and then the dark green is extreme greed. This is when you should definitely be doing what? Selling. So you see this gray line here, y'all? TikTok, I hope y'all see this. This gray line here where my cursor is at, that is Bitcoin price at the time. Bitcoin price got into what? Extreme greed, that area. And what happened? Boom. We come tumbling down. And that's why we're in fear mode right now. Okay? This is fear. This was extreme fear. Everybody got it. Okay? So this is when we buy into the market. We want to buy when it's at fear and extreme fear. All right? So the next thing that we're going to talk about is something that I have mentioned multiple times, and it's dollar cost average. If you have never heard of dollar cost average before, it's okay. If you have heard it, but you're like, I still don't understand what they're talking about, I'm about to break it down for you, okay? So dollar cost averaging is a simple investment strategy where you invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals. So that's either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And this instead of making one large purchase all at once. There are some people who can make a large purchase all at once, and that's fine. Do what you do. But I want you all to think about something. If we use something called budget, okay? If we use something called a budget, then we are less likely to sit here and lose the majority of our money because we're only investing what we can afford to lose at that time, right? This method of dollar cost averaging helps us to reduce the impact of market volatility, which you all have seen. Bitcoin can go up, or crypto just in general, it can shoot up $100, $200, $300, $1,000, $5,000 for Bitcoin. It can shoot up like that in a matter of seconds, but it also can shoot down in a matter of seconds. That's what we mean by volatility, okay? And this method removes the stress of trying to time the market. This is where a lot of people mess up, y'all. They're trying to figure out, well, when's the best time to buy? There is honestly no like real deal best time to buy because you're not going to know until that moment has what? Passed. So what you can do is invest according to your own budget that you set until you get to where you want to be, okay? Because this also removes that idea or that feeling of missing out, okay? FOMO, that fear of missing out. You don't experience that as much when you're dollar cost averaging, right? So let's talk about how do we use dollar cost averaging for long-term success. Number one, I want you guys to pick a set investment amount. Again, this is according to your budget. If you do not have a budget, you need to start there. Create a budget. Know how much you have coming in and how much you have going out every single month. Y'all, writing it down, putting it on a spreadsheet is going to be the best thing for you. Not keeping it in your head because we cannot remember every single thing. We can't remember every dollar that we spend. Okay? So putting it on paper, typing it out on an Excel spreadsheet is going to be the best decision for us. So if you say, you know what, I'm going to do $50 every week. I'm going to do $50 every 2 weeks, or I'm going to do $200 every single month. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that that's according to your budget. Okay? Number two, you're going to choose a consistent schedule. And then, guys, when you choose that schedule, stick to it. So if you say, you know what, I'm going to invest every first of the month, okay, cool. If you say I'm going to invest every first and 15th of the month, okay, cool. Whatever that is, stick with it. All right. Number 3, you want to invest in high quality assets. So I want you to consider focusing on strong long-term crypto projects like Bitcoin. Okay. Let me say it. BTC, ETH, y'all see it on the screen, okay? XRP and other fundamentally solid assets in the cryptocurrency market. All right, y'all, TikTok, don't stop tapping the screen just because I kept the live going, because y'all did get to 1,000 for me, okay? Keep tapping the screen. We should already be at 5,000 likes right now. Tap, 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 okay? So that's number 3. Number four, this is how we're going to use dollar cost averaging for our advantage. Number 4, we're going to ignore short-term market swings. So what that means is, instead of us panicking when prices drop, because we may have bought Bitcoin at $83,000, but we know that the markets are going to drop. We know this, so we shouldn't panic, right? Or we rush to buy when the price starts to rise. And no, we should not be doing that. This is where we're going to stick to our dollar cost averaging plan to benefit from lower average buy-in costs over time. So like for me, as an example, I started buying Bitcoin in 2023 when it had got down to like 18,000. It actually went lower than that. But I started buying back in at 18,000, right? 17, 18,000. So when I started buying back in, now my buy-in average right now, okay, is still not 70,000 or anything like that, because I started buying at 17, 18,000. Then I bought again. It had to be like 30 or 35, something like that. Like buying in big amounts, right? At those price points, but I always still did dollar cost average, okay? And then the last thing, y'all, this is an option for you, how we can use this to our advantage, and that's use automated investments. So there's a lot of exchanges, crypto exchanges, that allow us to set up reoccurring buys so that you don't have to manually invest each time. So if you know you're going to purchase Bitcoin every single month, whether that's every other week, every week, whichever one it is, then you can set that up with the exchange that you're using, so they automatically purchase the Bitcoin for you, and then you can move it to your hot or your cold wallet. If that is making sense, let me know that it's making sense. TikTok, I'm about to shut y'all down because I'm not getting any more likes. Okay? I know we've been on here for a while, but that means that I should already be at 5,000. So I'm going to give y'all a minute to get to tapping. If y'all don't tap, I'll have to shut y'all down. Like, seriously. I love you, but we can't do that, okay? We can't be doing that. Like, I'm giving free information away. As a matter of fact, let me turn this screen around so that way you can see my face. So that way you can see how serious I am, because I've done it before. I've shut it down before. I'm not even joking. So continue to tap. Why do we ask people to tap the screen when we're giving away free information? Because the only way for TikTok to continue to send out our live stream to other people on the platform. So if we have people tapping the screen, that's telling TikTok, hey, this is an active live. You may want to jump on here, especially if you look at this type of information, okay? So tap, tap, tap. If you do not tap, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I'm not even playing, because we should already be at 5,000 likes right now. Okay, so I'm still not seeing it. And y'all, I see you here. Like, I can't see you, so that's okay. I love y'all. Thank you for everyone that has actually done it, but I'm not about to beg for likes, so y'all have a good one. Okay, so let's wrap this up. I didn't realize that was the end. I forgot. So this is the end. So, well, they were here. All right. So these are a couple of things that you have learned today. Hopefully you have learned today and you have taken really good notes, okay? We talked about what is cryptocurrency. We also talked about why we should be investing in cryptocurrency right now, okay? And we talked about where's the current price of Bitcoin and where's our next buying opportunity. We also talked about what is dollar cost averaging and how to use it for long-term success. Y'all, I cannot stress this enough. Doing these things is what's going to help us to grow. Doing these things is what's going to help us to get to that point that we want to be as an investor, especially in the cryptocurrency market. But we have to make sure that we are consistent with this. So you get the information today. I need you to take those notes. I need you to review those notes, and anything that you are like, I want further clarification on, you need to start researching. Okay. And then when you say, all right, now I want to invest, this is what I'm going to invest in. Now I need you to make sure that you have your budget. You do this screen right here. You do all of this after you have set up your budget. Okay. And then you should be at the next bull run that happens with the cryptocurrency market, specifically with Bitcoin. The next bull run, you should be like, yes, all of that investing, dollar cost averaging, all of that paid off, because look at my account now. 2025, it was only $2,000. 2028, man, that thing's sitting at $20,000. That can happen. It's at $50,000. That can happen. It just depends on how much you invest, how frequently you invest, and what you invest in. Okay? So those are the things that we learned today. I do have cryptocurrency beginner bootcamp. I'm thinking about doing it. I have it on here for April 4th to the 24th. But here's the thing, y'all. This is all going to be dependent upon whether I have more votes for the mini camp. So I'm excited about doing a mini camp, because I know for some people, you know, they just want to get to like the meat and potatoes of stuff like immediately. So we could be together from 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on one Saturday. And I'm looking at April 19th. Okay. So that gives me time to get my stuff together, and gives other people time to, you know, get situated and everything. So I'm going to be doing a poll. All right. I'm going to be doing a poll on multiple social media platforms. All of those social media platforms will be in the description of this video. So you can actually go there. It's going to be in my stories. It's going to be on my actual page as well. So I would say just go there and vote, because the voting for that is going to close on April 1st. Okay. So I'm going to start doing the voting polls starting tomorrow. So that gives y'all a few days to vote and everything. And then if I have more votes for the mini camp, then I'll scratch the actual boot camp for this month and just do the mini camp this month. And then I'll do the Crypto Beginner boot camp next month. Okay. For the people who are down with 4 weeks of learning. All right. But the boot camp in particular, like the cryptocurrency beginner boot camp, those sessions will be held on Thursdays, and it'll be 2 times only if we have international and stateside students. Okay. So if it's only stateside, then it will only be at 6 p.m. Eastern. If it's both, then it's 2 and 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay. We're going to take a deep dive into a whole bunch of earning opportunities here for crypto investors. So some of the stuff that I've talked about, I'll definitely have in here to give a bit more detail on it, like more steps into it. But also there are going to be other things that I have not shared yet. And so I want to make sure that people are able to get what they need out of the cryptocurrency market, and definitely out of this bootcamp. Okay. So you're going to learn more about cryptocurrency with an elementary style teaching. The pace is very slow, hence why it's 4 weeks, because I want to make sure that you have enough time to digest the information, do the homework, and then come back the next week and be like, hey, I did these steps outside of just doing the homework. I did these steps, and now it's making more sense to me, and I can see myself becoming, you know, a 5-figure crypto investor, a 6-figure crypto investor, a 7, 8, 9-figure crypto investor. Okay. So if you want to participate in the cryptocurrency beginner bootcamp, then yes, you can scan this QR code. If you are more interested in the mini camp, then I want you to make sure that you start voting in the polls on the social media platforms that are in the description of this video. Okay. So that is it. That is all. I know I went a little longer than I anticipated, but I really thank you all so very much for watching this entire video. Thank you to every single person who has sent it to someone, and you that is watching the replay, right? Because you may not have been here for the live, but you tuned into the replay. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. So y'all have a really great weekend, a really great next week. Okay. And I will see y'all next time. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Bye, y'all.